10 Naruto characters who use forbidden jutsu. Some techniques in Naruto are so dangerous that they are considered forbidden jutsu. But these 10 characters will use them anyway. Naruto managed to become one of the top anime and manga series in the world because it had a good story with great characters, but it also helped that every known character was a talented ninja who had access to a variety of jutsu. Most ninja fight using some form of ninjutsu, genjutsu, or taijutsu, and for the most part, anyone is allowed to use them, but there are certain jutsu that are considered to be forbidden techniques. A jutsu can become forbidden if it causes significant damage to the user themselves, or if it causes a massive amount of collateral damage. Other jutsu can also become forbidden if it completely violates the laws of nature. Most ninja avoid using such techniques, but there are still individuals who use them in battle. 10. Naruto's Rasen Shuriken causes damage to his own body. Naruto is known for using shadow clones and the Rasengan, but when he learned that the Rasengan was incomplete, he trained to develop a new jutsu. Which is how the Rasen Shuriken was born. Once the Rasen Shuriken is detonated, it creates a vortex of wind which is filled with countless microscopic wind blades that pierce every cell in the body. This causes the target to be unable to mold chakra, and the amount of damage caused to their body cannot be healed by medical ninjutsu. Unfortunately, it causes cellular damage to the user as well. Which is why Tsunade outlawed it, but Naruto ended up using it quite a bit anyway. 9. Kakuzu's threads are the result of the Earth Grudge Fear technique. The Akatsuki provided fans with some great battles, and Haiden and Kakuzu were especially terrifying to deal with because of their seemingly supernatural abilities. When Kakuzu left the hidden waterfall village, he stole a secret forbidden jutsu which transformed his body into a ragdoll that was held together by thick black threads. This is called the Earth Grudge Fear technique. And it granted him a form of immortality because it allowed him to tear into another person's body and steal their organs. He mainly used this ability to steal the hearts of powerful shinobi. And he then added them to his own body. He also used the threads to reattach limbs, muscles, and nerves. 8. The third Hokage used the Reaper Death Seal on Orochimaru. Many consider the third Hokage to be one of the best Kage in the series because he managed to pass down the will of fire. But it also helps that he was an incredibly powerful shinobi who mastered virtually every form of ninjutsu. Despite his old age, he was able to take on Orochimaru and the reanimated versions of the first and second Hokage all by himself. However, in order to defeat them, he was forced to use the Reaper Death Seal. This sealing jutsu was forbidden because the user extracts the target's soul and seals it within the user. When this action is completed, the user's soul must then be consumed as well. 7. Danzo used Izanagi multiple times against Sasuke. The Sharingan is an ocular Kekkei Genkai that can produce several powerful abilities, including the Izanagi Genjutsu. Unlike other genjutsu, Izanagi casts the illusion on the user instead of the opponent, and it allows the user to apply an illusion to reality itself, enabling them to rewrite their own death. This is an extremely powerful jutsu. But once it is used, the user loses the Sharingan that was used to cast it. When Danzo battled Sasuke at the 5 Kage Summit, he used Izanagi multiple times to avoid death by sacrificing all the Sharingan he acquired from dead members of the Uchiha. 6. Might Guy used the 8 gates multiple times. There are very few taijutsu users who are on Might Guy's level, and the main reason for this is because he can unlock all 8 gates. Under normal circumstances, a shinobi is only able to use up to 20% of their full potential because the 8 gates limit the flow of chakra within the body to prevent bodily harm through overexertion. Guy unlocks several gates on multiple occasions despite the danger it poses to his body. This ability puts so much strain on the body, that the user often suffers torn muscles and broken bones. And if the user opens the 8th gate, they will obtain godlike power for a short time before dying. 5. Tsunade used the creation rebirth technique which shortens her lifespan. Tsunade ordered Naruto to not use the Raisin Shuriken, which is interesting since she developed a forbidden jutsu of her own. As a medical ninja, Tsunade specializes in healing, but it also means that enemy ninja will target her first. To counter that, she created the creation rebirth technique to save herself from potentially fatal injuries. While this technique is active, the user cannot die because their injuries heal within seconds, no matter the severity, and this is because their body hastily creates new cells through division. The human body can only create a certain number of cells during its lifetime, which means that the user shortens their lifespan whenever they use this technique. 4. Deidara used a forbidden jutsu to create his explosive art. Deidara was able to produce explosive chakra because he possessed the explosion release Kekkei Genkai, which is why he served as the Akatsuki's explosives expert. Before he left the stone village, Deidara stole a forbidden jutsu which created special mouths on his palms and chest. These mouths allowed Deidara to mold his explosive chakra into clay figures that attacked his opponents. He considered the explosions caused by his clay to be works of art, which is why he used them in every single one of his fights. 3. Nagato used the Samsara of Heavenly Life technique to revive those he killed in Konoha. Nagato may have lost the use of his legs, but he still possessed godlike power thanks to the Rinnegan. With this ocular jutsu, Nagato was able to manipulate attractive and repulsive forces, steal souls, absorb ninjutsu, summon countless creatures, and create mechanized weapons. Through the Naraka path, Nagato was also able to summon the King of Hell, which was a deity that could repair any damage. When Nagato finally saw the light, he combined the Naraka and outer paths to use the Samsara of Heavenly Life technique to revive all those who died in Konoha during his attack. However, the price of this jutsu is the user's life.